visits Allen Fieldhouse for the first time in school history. And they take on the 11th ranked Kansas Jayhawks. KU coming off arguably one of the most demoralizing home losses in the Bill Self era on Saturday in double overtime. Kansas in gray uniforms tonight have the game's first possession. The ball in the hand of Shaquille Moore. A big game for him tonight.
Absolutely. Off the bat, just want to be steady, not make any mistakes that are too aggressive early.
Hunter Dickinson to the left hand, left it short. Badunga going over the back of Hall. It goes out of bounds in his last touch.
Bickerson early, try and have that inside presence.
UCF coming off arguably their most complete game of the season, winning by 27 over TCU. Badunga with the left hand scores. Fourth straight start for Flory. He's been a big addition to that lineup.
Absolutely, and UCF starts 4 guards, which can be an advantage in some ways. But the reality is with 2 bigs for Kansas, that's going to be an interesting matchup.
Normal starting 5, and if UCF can get Keyshawn Hall hot, we know what he can do. He has a 40-point game this year against Arizona State.
His last game against TCU, the first 3 times he touched the basketball were all made threes.
Griffin back in the line. Tom hands off. Ivy Carter 3. A little bit long, and the long rebound back out to Jordan Ivy Curry. 3 left side. This one from the veteran Darius Johnson. And 2 made threes for UCF to start the game.
Well, it's obvious, and they need to have the mindset. They cannot be scared of taking shots, and those are the problem for Kansas is those are open looks. They have 3 clean looks from 3, and that can't happen.
Mayo a 3, answering for KU. Already 4 lead changes in this game. We haven't even played 2 minutes. Hall got stripped by Badunga. He's got more with him. Lead Shaq. Lob!
One thing
that 3, and that's way off the right side. It's a 29-3 he's attempted this year. Mayo, pocket pass. Dickinson, in and out. Can't get it to go down. There's any doubt that Badunga's history as a soccer
playing 2 bigs, and they're playing defensively against 4 guards. He's going to have to play a perimeter.
They may need 25 minutes out of him tonight.
No question, which means stay out of foul trouble. And Johnson with the basketball right there is so smart and understands that. I wouldn't be surprised if he's very, very aggressive when Moore's on him.
Cham, short jumper there from the left side. Rattles at home for the 7'2" freshman. He's just 18 years old. Moore trying to feed Dickinson. Just kind of flipped it up off the backboard, but it was short. Here comes Hall. Kansas gets back well defensively. Firing it down low, but they forgot about Mustafa Cham.
Well, in Kansas.
Mayo. Badunga facing up on Hall. Mayo looking to get it in the air, up and good. That's 5 for Mayo.
Kansas is off to a really comfortable start offensively, and Central Florida is going to have to do something to make them uncomfortable.
That's a clean block by Badunga. Moore races down. Shaq pulls it back. Deep 3, Zeke.
Tell you what, a block shot like that has the exact same effect of a live ball turnover. It starts the fast break. That turned into kind of a secondary break. But boy, they are playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of comfort on the offensive end.
Kansas 6 of 8 from the field to start tonight. Hall, the lefty, fires. Got another, his second of the game.
I keep saying that the comfort level with both teams right now is very, very high, which is great on the offensive end, but both teams defensively need to find ways to get some stops.
Mayo tries another. Well, he didn't have a great 3-point shooting day on Saturday, but he's off to a great start tonight, and he's got 11.
Well, he started so well, and Ivy Curry went under the ball screen, and you just can't do that with that kind of a shooter.
Threes raining down. Hunter and Cham spins, helped by Hall, but there's Dickinson to readjust and lay it in with that left hand. He's got 4.
Well, that's it.
Out of the timeout, UCF ball, and Jared, you were mentioning that Kansas has elected to double Hall at times. That's freed up some shooters. There's a foul on Moore. That's number 2 And that is significant now. What does that second foul by Shaquille Moore? He's got a freshman from Florida in this game.
They need to be on the floor. They can't have silly fouls like Ivy Curry did on that one.
You got Diggy David Coit in the game as well, and now he turns it over after Benny Williams got a hand in the passing lane, and a three is good from Darius Johnson. So timeout positions, and a block the other way comes Mayo. Zeke going to take it himself, and a one and done for Kansas. Three, Johnson got it, swish.
The turnovers for Kansas right now, they got a shot last possession, but like you mentioned, 4 turnovers in a row cannot happen. And look at them sit in Hunter Dickinson's lap. They're not doubling, but they're trying to throw people into his lap and crowd him in the post.
Coit chased by Debo Coleman, and Coit hits a big shot. 98 games in a row for Kansas. Mayo fires it behind KJ, and that's 5 turnovers for KU. Running out the other way, Debo Coleman is fouled driving to the rim.
Personnel package.
And now Mayo has 2 fouls.
Trying to find the right mix. You know, the secret sauce of the 5 guys out there together.
You got Darius Johnson's hit 4 of 5. Hall's hit 2 of 3. Here's Storr amongst a bunch of defenders, and we'll see which.
It's from a variety of things. Number one is when the ball goes in, you're going to gain confidence. You know, you gain confidence from all the. And Johnny Dawkins and his staff, I guarantee you, have told the guys, shoot that thing and don't look over your shoulder.
Johnson. Debo. 6 to shoot. Hall, 3, got it. And another made 3. Keyshawn Hall hit and missed by Mikey Williams, who's not hit a 3-point shot all season. He's now 0 for 7.
UCF is going to have a great deal of focus on Mayo right now.
Catch and shoot 3. David Coit, his second of the game. He has 6.
That's a heck. Going to continue doing that. But if they continue to make them, it'll start spreading out Kansas, and they'll start getting things at the rim as well.
Hall with the height advantage over Coit was able to go over the back, and the other way Storr spinning and is fouled by Benny Williams. Storr. 1 of 2 for Storr. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Mayo on the run, blind pass. Dickinson finishes it.
What a pass. Mayo drawing tons of.
There is more. Drive got stripped from behind by Johnson. Darius Johnson creates the steal. 8 Kansas turnovers now. Ivy Curry in the lane. Here Onyaxus got down low but missed it. And there's missed a few bunnies here. Here's Ivy Curry. Jordan on the drive, and with the left hand finishes it. Timeout beats Kansas. There's a miss by Coit, and Niels Mahovsky. Germany's in the game. Now Mahovsky lost the ball. It's loose and grabbed by KJ Adams, who floats it ahead for Storr. AJ the kiss. Can't get it to fall, but he's fouled.
You know,
AJ hits both. Coleman looking. Ivy Curry catches and releases the 3 and drains it. He had missed his first about a quarter of a century to the early Roy Williams days to find the last time that has happened. Batted around into the corner and grabbed by AJ. Storr feeds KJ Adams, who drives, and that won't go. But he does get fouled. Kansas has not had a field goal in over 4 minutes. He's missed their last 6 shots.
Everybody else starts to feel comfortable. But at this point, when it gets out of whack like this,
everybody on that roster, including the head coach Johnny Dawkins, had never even stepped in Lawrence, and swatted by Ivy Curry. But there's Dickinson, skips it into the corner. Griffin, it's well defended. Badunga on Hall. Dumps it underneath. Hunter tries to reverse, does so, and scores. 8 now for Dickinson.
And Bedunga, he hasn't played a ton early in the year, and he's playing more and more. The chemistry with he and Dickinson is really, really good, and their passing ability is off the charts.
3, Hall fouled and got it. KJ commits the foul.
Defensively, Adams in the right spot. Just can't get his arm in there and touch his elbow. Second half, he'll have a little better feel. As you know, a second wind. Being out here for a half will help him.
Store dribbles into the lane. Floater kicks off. Dickinson offensive board. Fouled.
It's a great job right there. We've seen a couple that UCF offensively is not complex, but what they are is they're really,
according to Lenardi, a win at Allen Fieldhouse would certainly be a big lift for their resume. Another Kansas turnover. That's 10 here in the first half. And Hall able to adjust even with Bedunga.
That's the rhythm and chemistry we're talking about.
Mayo stumbles, loose ball. Dickinson dribbles, skips it to Store. 5 to shoot, 3 by AJ. Foul underneath as it looks like
struggles offensively for Kansas. The number one thing that has to be addressed is guarding the three-point line. If they shoot 45 threes, that's fine, but they have to be under duress. They can't be clean looks like they've been.
Let's see what Johnny Dawkins has drawn up for what possibly is the final possession of this first half.
I think Johnson's going to get downhill and look to make a play for somebody.
Here goes Darius. Hall down to 3. Blocked. Chom, it would count. It's long. And Kansas keeps the Knights off the board on that possession. But go to the half. Down by 2. UCF ball to start the second half. Kansas has not lost back-to-back home games in the Bill Self area. You got to go back early in the Roy Williams tenure to find the last time they lost back-to-back home games. Chom, long 2 with a 7-footer. Chom has 8 points. He saw his minutes limited with 2 fouls in that first half.
And him out there, he adds another dynamic, especially defensively, but making a 15-footer to start.
Bedunga had to come down with the lob, reset, but has enough space to lay it in, and Flory with 6 points. Big first half for their leader, Darius Johnson. 3 up, swish. Well, might have hit a little bit of rim, but nonetheless. Looking at Dickinson. 1 dribble. Jordan Ivy Curry, 11 to shoot. He lets it fly and got another one. That's his second 3.
Yeah, I think
UCF now 11 of 26 3-point shooting. Mayo gives it up to KJ, and Adams' floater is short, but there was some contact there.
And Dickinson can't stay out there forever because they're rolling to the basket. So
tonight has 11 points on 3 of 10 shooting. At Iowa State 3 games ago.
Kansas building out the pressure full court. I mean, it's token pressure, but it's still something that's a little bit more than they've been doing.
Hesitating. Ivy Curry able to get there and lay it in with the left hand. Coit. Dickinson, a spin, another adjustment, and this time gets it up and in. Shots here in the second half. And we have 3 minutes gone. Chom, this one is a 3. Good. And the 3 ball continues to be there for UCF. And Chom with 11.
And with every minute that goes by, their confidence is going up and up and up.
Now they're flirting with a double-digit lead, up 9. Coit. Adams bounced around. Bedunga back for Mayo. Adjusts and launches. Curry lobbed that time for Chom, and now it's the Knights who can't connect it. And there's sixth turnover. Mayo eyes a three. Well, Mayo's keeping them close.
Had an offensive lapse where they're throwing lobs that end up being turnovers.
Coleman off the heel. Hall, the rebound, back up. Foul by Dickinson. That's going to be the first on Hunter. You're seeing the assist numbers go way down for Kansas, who's normally a team that really
early unless Dickinson has the ball inside. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas tries to go a little deeper in their playbook. The pick and
Cham way off the left side. The long rebound out to Mayo. Mayo's hit 5 threes so far to keep Kansas in this game. A Dickinson long two. Badunga an offensive rebound, and he's fouled underneath by Coleman. Before he hits the free throw, this is the second, but they're going to call a lane violation, or no, it's a foul. A foul on UCF. He said it was against. Wide open for Debo Coleman. Got it.
Unbelievable. And we're seeing Hall getting in the post a little bit more.
Coleman becomes the 5th different UCF player to make a three tonight. And here come the Knights looking to add with a 6-point lead. Coleman again, this time from the left side. Hall, one dribble, back up. He's fouled.
Good to see he's up and back.
And he's now 4-4 from the line. Hall knocking both down. Handoff Griffin. Turns the corner. Goes underneath. Adams. Dickinson all alone.
Big to big interior passing. Finding the ways.
Side. A Cham rebound. Dickinson got a hand on that. Mayo floats it ahead for KJ. Adams lays it in. And one.
And the crowd is awake.
First free throw miss in 5 attempts for Adams, who has 6 points. 4-point lead. Hall open, turning, shooting, knocking it down. Mikey Williams, the Redford freshman from San Diego. Mayo back to KJ. Adams. Coit, 3 on the way.
What a great possession. Ball got to multiple sides of the floor. Great ball.
Coming up on the midway point of this second half. Griffin, Adams. They're going to say that's a goaltend on Cham and count it.
All right, last couple. Right now, Hall's in the post. A little piston action right there.
Jumper up off the glass. Cham cleans it up for the Knights. 13 from Mustafa.
That's the way to quiet the crowd down right now. Limit their runs. For UCF, that's a really important part. Can't get into 6-0, 8-0 runs for Kansas.
Mayo. Kansas has now hit 5 of their last 6 from the... Leans in. Here comes Hall. A lot of times he likes to take this right to the rim. He does so, but it's blocked away by Badunga. Up ahead, Adams.
And I don't think they're going to shy away from the threes, but that offensive possession was good. He got the ball inside and out.
It was an open look for Cham. Coit sees a little daylight. Jayhawks in a 7-0 run the last 2:21, a 12-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. And it's been a little over 2.5 minutes since UCF has scored. Here's Hall. Foul going to the rim. So out of the timeout for UCF.
Job making things tough on Hall right now. I think UCF does like that back door. We'll see more of those, but both teams understand Hall is a real key on this end. After a couple passes.
Mayo, ball fake, shot, kickoff, no good, and out with it is Jordan Ivy Curry. Hall. Blocking foul is the call on Griffin.
The new world of college basketball. You have to be there so early.
All stays perfect from the stripe. Keyshawn Hall's 2 free. And they've had to call a game that, as you mentioned, Jared, has gotten a lot more physical here in the second half.
It really has.
Mayo, fade away. Badunga. Floyd Badunga, and his development has been a godsend for Kansas.
No question. Such a good offensive rebounder. Great touch.
Hall that time got it. He was following his own shot, thinking he might have missed it, but he drained it and gives UCF a 1-point lead.
With the answer, Hall. I mean, I just don't know why you wouldn't let him touch the basketball every time down.
Griffin cannot answer for Kansas. Dickinson had it knocked out of his hands and fouled in the process.
What you're going to see, Kansas, is the physicality inside. They are going to crash. Got off balance.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark. Griffin somehow threaded that pass to Dickinson, who slams it home.
Love that play. A set play. Dickinson's at the free throw line. A rear screen, a timely pass, and an easy finish for Dickinson.
Johnson finds Hall. And one. And Kansas' defense looking like, hey, how did we forget about Keyshawn Hall again in the lane? So no immediate foul danger there with under 5 minutes to play.
And Griffin side some.
Griffin getting to the rim. And they're going to step on Coleman. Here's Hall. They got the ball in the hands of who they want for the Knights. He's going to dribble in on Dickinson, give it up to Cham, who got it over Badunga and drops it home. He has 15.
Kansas can't settle. They have to continue to get to the paint. They're having a ton of success when they do get it inside.
Dickinson gives it back to Zeke Mayo. He gives it back to Dickinson, who drops that in and gives Kansas back. Kicked out. Grabbed by Badunga, who has his second career double-double tonight. A Mayo 3.
Really good possession.
Down out to Coleman, keeps the possession alive for the Knights. Ivy Curry. Cham, long 2. Got it. And the big man has hit some key shots for them tonight. He has 17.
Cham has been really, really good. You talk about somebody with a high upside. He is a good-looking prospect, and it's not just a prospect. He's really good right now.
And won't turn 19 until next month.
So this zone defense now, they've been running some, and they were evolving into a man. I think they're sticking with the zone a little bit longer now.
Short on the 3. Dickinson, it's batted around, going out of bounds. No. Griffin touched it last. It's
the other teams tend to settle and shoot threes.
Quickly up to Hall, who drives and scores. Kansas caught napping there. And a quick inbounds and up the floor to Hall, and he's going to have a chance for a 14th. Now we're tied. Under 2 minutes to go in Lawrence. 84 all.
So if UCF stays in this zone through this entire possession, let's look and see if Kansas can get the ball to the free throw line or get to the ball to the inside. They're an excellent.
A long lob.
Come with your A game if you want to win.
1-1. Dickinson hits. Putting Dickinson at the line. He hits both.
I'd be shocked if Hall does not get the basketball some way, somehow, inside the three-point line.
A totally different game than these two played in Orlando.
Wouldn't be surprised with a ball screen and a pop, looking to drive the basketball.
And they get it to Hall. He wants it back. Faces up on KJ Adams. Hall, baseline floater, short. They had it in the hands of their scorer, Jared, and he went one-on-one.
Yeah, and I don't mind the play. You know, the difference is Kansas in the first half would go double him right away, and they played him one-on-one, which turned him into a scorer, not a passer.
Dickinson, Adams, Mayo, 3. Long rebound. Adams back to Hunter. Spin move, baseline, hit the side of the backboard, but was fouled by Chom, and that's number 4 to play in regulation.
In the first 10 seconds to guarantee they're going to get the ball back. So if they go score, stop, score, they could win the game outright without having to foul.
That keeps it a one-possession game. Big possession for UCF. Johnson gets in the lane, goes up, got his own miss. Third chance, got it. 3 chances there for Darius Johnson. Timeout UCF.
One more time.
Here we go. 38 seconds left. 1-point game.
Coming off a loss right now, Kansas learning from everything from that game, put that in late game situations. That last offensive possession surely showed that.
Shot clock gets under 10. Game clock now at 15. Adams on Hall, turns, shoots off the left side. UCF ball. They got a chance to win it right here, perhaps. Hall ran into KJ. Adams steals, throws it up ahead. We get a stoppage with 4 seconds left. And Hall begging for a foul. Foul to stop it with 4 seconds to go.
I mean, what a dream scenario for UCF. They get the stop, they get it out in transition, they get it in their best players' hands.
KU into Johnson, into the front court. He's fouled. They're going to say on the floor, not shooting. And that is a massive decision there.
He executed well.
Wow.
Looks like the shooting motion started, in my opinion.
Griffin. A second if they get that opportunity.
Yeah, I do believe that's make or miss. He's going to try and miss the second one.
And he hit it. He swished it, trying to miss the...
Is a must, and there's going to be a foul immediately if they do.
Before Dickinson can even attempt to throw the ball in, they call it on Darius Johnson.
Deal of trust in passing the basketball.
Should say that was Mayo.
And that will probably do it.
It will not be deja vu all over again for Kansas. Johnson 3, 91-87. Kansas outlast UCF. And Bill Self's team, Brian Eyelash, gets away with a win tonight.